Hey, it's Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. From Elm City Brewing, a growler from Keene, New Hampshire. This is their Slow as Ole Ale with an alcohol by volume of 6.3% ABV. And I haven't been over to Elm City Brewing in a while. In fact, I don't think I've ever reviewed one of their beers, at least a full review of one of their beers on my channel, though the brewery itself was first established in 1994. So they're part of the first wave of the new age of craft brewers. So I was over there on business the other day, so I figured I'd stop by the brewery, pick up a growler. I couldn't drink while I was on the job, so I picked up the growler to bring it home. And you know, starting this coming Saturday, I'm recording this Wednesday, but in a couple of days, it'll be New Hampshire Craft Brew Week. Starts this coming Saturday, runs for a week. So I'm hoping to sort of step up my reviews of New Hampshire beer during the time frame. I can't promise one every day because I just don't have the time, but I'll see if I can get 3 or 4 in during next week. This is filled to the very brim. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like hardly any breathing room on the top of this, so I gotta be very careful about pouring this into the glass. I mean, she filled it right up. There we go. Sorry you can't see the pour too well, but it's just it was filled literally about 1/4 of an inch from the top of the mouth of the glass. So, Elm City. All right. Old ales are a style I like. Hard to define. Sometimes they're aged. Sometimes they're like a dark, malty beer, but they have similarities to Scotch ales. But they are supposed to, in many cases, they age them before they make them available. So you can see the pour on this glass, into this Brew New Hampshire glass, and definitely a brown color with a tan head, a small tan foamy head. And you can see if you look at it careful enough under the light, there's also a bit of red in there, and it has a bit of a haze. So let's check out the aroma. It does have that kind of dank old feel to it, sort of a cellar mustiness to it. But the malt character is pretty much forward, a sweet malt character, like an herbal tobacco kind of character. And it's just, again, the sweetness, there's really low to no hop profile on this. Old ales don't usually have a lot of hops in them anyway. I mean, they're there to balance things out, but they're not meant to sort of take over the beer. So this has a definite sweet maltiness, a kind of herbal and kind of a tobacco-like character to it. And again, like a cellar, sitting in a cellar, pulling out an old box or something. So let's check out the taste. I like the taste of that. I love my beers malty anyway. So I know some of my people who like to watch me who are big into hops, you know, they know I like my beers more malty than hoppy. And that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting a very straightforward, kind of musky or musty maltiness. It's got a bit of a sweetness to it, a bit of caramel, a bit of toffee. But it has a flavor I really like. Really forward malt character, and it has a nice bitterness at the end. The bitterness kind of kicks in at the very end. It's more of a dry bitterness, but it's not really, I wouldn't say it's a dry finish. It's not really a grassy bitterness. It's not really definitely not a floral, tropical type of bitterness. Earthy is probably the better description of that. But it's really a malt forward beer, and that's really what old ales tend to be, in my experience. And I'm really enjoying the taste of this one. Again, I've not had anything from Elm City in quite a while. I did actually review, now that comes to mind, I think it was maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3, on one of my little reports that I do when I go to brewfests and like to sample a bunch of little beers and do these little 1-minute kind of summaries of what I'm tasting. And I'm pretty sure I did an Elm City. I think that may be the only time that Elm City has showed up on my page. And that was probably the Brewfest in Keene. So we're talking maybe 3+ years ago on that one. I'd have to look at my list. But anyway, back to the beer. I don't need the history lesson. I'm really here to talk about the beer. They don't have a big description about this beer. As I said, 6.3% ABV. It's an old ale, which tends to be darker in color, like this is. Tends to be dark maltiness, a good roastiness, and they tend to have kind of a mustiness to them, which this one does. So this is an old ale, and I wish I could have more old ales. They're not easy to come by. It's not a style that people brew a lot of, at least where I can get my hands on them anyway. But it's a brew style that I quite like, and when I can find one, I like to get one. So that will do it for today. This is from Elm City Brewing of Keene, New Hampshire, out of a growler, and this is their Slow as Ole Ale. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you again next time.